all know plastic has become a big problem over the years, but what are we doing to stop it? Hi, my name's Lexi and that is a wax moth larvae that could potentially be saving the world from plastic pollution. More specifically, polyethylene that is mostly found in plastic shopping bags. My investigation was inspired by a Spanish scientist by the name of Dr Federica Bertocchini. She discovered a wax moth larvae in one of her hives, so she put it in a plastic bag to find a way of disposing of it. Overnight, the wax moth larvae had eaten through the bag. So what does that mean? We could harvest the way wax moth larvae biodegrade plastic and use it to help reduce plastic waste. What are we doing to reduce plastic now? Most plastics are recyclable, but most will end up in a landfill because they have been contaminated. Or people are just lazy. My plan is to stop it from reaching landfills, starting locally at home. So just a quick update on the wax moth larvae. I was actually keeping them in a plastic container in which they have chewed their way out of, well, at least one of them has chewed their way out of and crawled across the floor. So I had to put it back into the container and now it's in a secure box and hopefully they're safe and sound. So here's a tour of the box. As you can see here we have Glad Wrap number 1 and Glad Wrap number 2. Underneath this mesh I have some plastic. It was at this point that I decided that the prototype needed an upgrade. So here's the finished investigation box and now I will give you a tour. I made the box a lot more compact because the larvae like compact spaces and it also leaves less room for them to spin webs and turn into pupae. So as you can see, this is labelled 1 and 2 for 100 larvae and 200 larvae in here. I have screws here so it's easy to take apart and also a mesh viewing point so it is easy to see what is going on. And this is basically just the box. So I'm finally on to investigation 3 and it is time to take out the larvae from the box. I checked up on them at 24 hours and everything was going well, and so now it has been 48 hours and I will show you me taking them out through a time lapse. After I'd finished with the investigations, I had to move on to the last experiment. So now I'm going to do something pretty gruesome. It's time to make homogenate. So basically I'm going to be taking these larvae and then essentially crushing them to make a kind of mixture, and then I will spread it across the plastic and leave it for 48 hours. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this brief video that had snippets of my science fair. I'm excited about my findings and its potential. I'm very pleased with my results and I'm really looking forward to sharing them with you. I'm feeling hopeful that in the future, with new scientific discoveries and more awareness about the problems of plastic, there is hope for a cleaner and brighter future.